Hi everybody, welcome back to 100% Mag. So this is your match preview going into the game against Huddersfield this Saturday at 3 PM kickoff at St James Park. And of course, I can't be any happier, to be back in Premier League action this week because them FA Cup games, my God, what poor games they were, and the Champions League ones as well. Absolutely really bad games in my opinion. Let us know what you thought about them down in the comments below, of course. But we're back to Premier League action anyway. Newcastle's taking on Huddersfield Town, and it's going to be a really good game in my opinion. With both teams battling relegation, trying to survive in the Premier League, and Rafa Benitez has probably one of the best chances of doing that and getting the 3 points in this game, with him having almost a complete squad, bar Jonjo Shelvey, who was training with the team out in Spain, but unfortunately couldn't make it into the team to play against CSK Moscow in the friendly at the Pinatar Arena. There is a review for that up on the channel if you want to go check it out. I suggest you do. Now, looking at Huddersfield's team going into this game, Williams and Mbemza remain sidelined, but defender Chris Lowe and Jonas Lossi could be in contention to come into the game. Now, obviously, that's a good thing for Huddersfield, if Lossi does come into the game, because he is their first choice goalkeeper. So, they're going to need all the advantages that they can get going up against our team, Newcastle United. Now, Elias Kachunga missed out on training due to illness, so he might be unavailable to play in this game, and that's a good point for us, because he's a really good player for Huddersfield. But looking at Huddersfield's last 13 games, they've only just managed to get a solitary point in a 0-0 draw against Cardiff City. And, if you look at them on the road this season, the basement side have won once in a 2-0 win at the Molyneux against Wolves, and then they drew 3 times in a 1-1 at Goodison Park against Everton, and 1-1 at Turf Moor against Burnley. And then, of course, that 0-0 at the Cardiff City Stadium against Cardiff. And then, of course, they lost the other 8 games. Now, along with Fulham, Huddersfield are the joint lowest away Premier League goal scorers this season with only 8. Now, looking at that stat, that's a very good positive for us to take coming into this game. We're on home ground advantage as well. So, Huddersfield are going to have a lot of pressure on top of them to try and get a win in this game against a pretty well balanced, tactically sound team by Rafa Benitez. You know how he likes to set it up. Benitez likes to set the team up well on defence and hit players on the hit teams on the counter, and this game's going to be no different in my eyes. Rafa Benitez isn't going to go too all out against Huddersfield, but he's not going to go too defensive neither. He's going to play a balanced game, try and get the ball down the wings as much as possible to the likes of Matt Ritchie and Christian Atsu or Kennedy, on the wings. Whip them balls in for Solomon Rondon to get headers on and get them into the back of the net. Try and win the game that way. And then, of course, you've got the midfield play of Sean Longstaff, absolutely sensational since coming into the team. He's been really killing it with performances of late, and that's probably one of the reasons why somebody like Jonjo Shelvey might have trouble coming back into the team, with the likes of Sean Longstaff putting in performances like he is. Then you've got Mo Diame, the ever-present, always puts in a good performance when he can. And then, of course, the new signing Miguel Almiron, absolutely sensational since coming to the team. He got the last 10-15 minutes, I think it was, against Wolves. He absolutely took Wolves apart. And then, of course, he played in that friendly out in Spain at the Pinatar Arena and did really well against CSK Moscow. So he's improving, he's learning Rafa's tactics, and that's a good thing, because the more he learns, the quicker he can get to scoring them goals, what we've seen him score in the MLS for Atlanta United. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below, and your score predictions as well for this game. I'm going to go with Newcastle 3-0. Now, I know that's a big scoreline, some may think, but I just think Newcastle's going to be able to go into this game and maybe rip Huddersfield apart. You know, I would like to give a bigger scoreline, but I just think 3-0 is just right of a scoreline. You know, I can't say we're thoroughly thrashing them, but I can say we're beating them at least 3-0 at the most. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, remember, like, share, subscribe to 100% Mags. Follow the sponsor fanvibe.com down in the description below. Until next time, I'll see you all later, and away the lads.